What's something boys can never tell their girlfriends? I actually watched this episode without you when you passed out last night. That you wouldn't date her if she was a worm. How much I actually spend on my hobbies. The real answer to the question, what are you thinking about when he dozed off again? What I'm really thinking about, since you would never believe me if I said I was thinking about how bike tires are made. I want my hoodie back. I need space from her sometimes, and it's not because she did something wrong. Calm down. The guy she tells us not to worry about really worries us. Where I buried me treasure. That when I think in bed it isn't about oh when I'm silent. I'm trying to solve a riddle from a game or question something on a TV show. That pigs are much bigger than you expect. Don't call her a ketchup packet when she's on her period. In my case, what you're thinking about. My wife asks me all the time, and I've been daydreaming about what it would be like if I owned that McDonald's across the street and then after falling in a vat of radioactive fry grease was able to turn into Ronald at night. I would fight crime, but only if it was food related, and all of my weapons would be burger condiment themed. Then I'm thinking about aerodynamics of pickles or shurikens and what process I would use to make them sturdy and sharp enough to be lethal. It's a lot easier to just say spacing out than see her cute face raise an eyebrow in concern if I'm working too much again. That despite being sexually attracted to you, I still masturbate. About the voices. We aren't supposed to tell anyone about them. How gorgeous they are. Never comes out right. It's never as much as you want it to be. That you're actually 3 toddlers in a trench coat. Yes, that girl that we passed on the beach in that bathing suit was attractive. 14 years ago, I woke up before you on a weekend. I was watching an episode of Batman the Animated Series. You woke up halfway through the episode and picked up the remote and changed the channel. Knew I was watching, and I never got to see the end of the episode. I'm still salty about it. The dress doesn't make you look fat cause you already are. We are concerned about you just up and leaving us. Baby, I'm so glad you're ill, and I didn't forget to take my schizophrenia medication today. Which ones of her friends you think are hot? Don't care what she says, fellas, it's a trap. Who would win, Batman vs Polar Bear? She wouldn't believe me if I told her. How many times per week they wanked in spite of having a girlfriend. The only thing a good guy said to me that he shouldn't have is we went out to a nice Valentine's Day dinner at my favorite Indian restaurant, got all dressed up, which was not our usual style as poorish retail workers were having a wonderful time, and he said yeah, his ex and I came here for Valentine's Day once. Totally ruined the moment for me, lol. I thought it was so special, but he'd been there, done that. About the cum jar, apparently. That there were other women before you. Made this mistake thinking she met me when I was 34, so why should she care or be bothered by it? Fast forward 3 years, and I ended up breaking off my engagement by text because her jealousy finally caused me to snap. That long 40-minute non-stop story you just told me while I had full eye contact and kept nodding and agreeing with you? Yeah, I zoned out about 5 minutes in and was thinking about what show I'm gonna watch later tonight. I just know how to look like I'm listening. My last GF blamed her acne on the COVID vaccine. I didn't have the heart to say maybe it was the literal pint of ice cream she had almost daily. Yes, I do get horny around you. It's not by choice. And it's not because of anything in particular you're doing. I just think you're hot. And I intend to ignore it. Because I don't wanna just bring it up. And I don't really feel like dealing with it anyway. It's just there. Don't call her Tony Pizza. The extent to which I spend money on movies, games, books, comics, etc. But honestly, we have a mutually assured destruction type deal going where she also doesn't have to tell me how much all the plants and vintage clothes cost. About the box. Based off of my most recent, you supposedly can't tell them you deal with depression. That made her go bat crazy with yelling at me and then leaving and saying to never speak to her again. About their throwaway Reddit account. That golf courses have this thing called pace of play so 18 holes don't take 9 hours. How much of a dork I am. Like I don't think my girlfriend knows the fullest extent to how much I love the concept of Power Rangers and other Super Sentai mythos. I said This is a trap. Every guy has a list of animals they think they could beat in a fight, and list of scenarios why they might beat other animals in a fight. We think about this more than we'd like to admit, and will never share the full list. Nothing. Literally, nothing. My ex-girlfriend used to let me do that. Who you would actually kiss, the prettiest girl, or her? It's a trap, no matter your answer. Well, this thread makes me love my GF all the more. There's not one thing in this thread I won't dare tell her. What you really were thinking of? How the hell do I explain, I wonder, if Circle could dance, would it squish, or would it wiggle? How much money they've lost in the stock market. We are obligated to not tell anyone. We are sorry, but we hope that we can help you otherwise. How much their Games Workshop models really cost.